With whose permission? I will not let you go. You crazy, devilish bastard. 9th. Stop. I'll negotiate. Yes, let's negotiate. No, let's make a deal. I'll do anything you want. 10th. I told you I'll give you anything. I'll give you all the wealth and honor you want. 11th. KQ. Just kill me. I can't live like this. 12th. You're not a warrior. You're just a rotten devilish murderer. You have obtained the achievement, beginning of lunacy, skill, amplified pain, activated. Stop, I give up, I will pledge everything to you, can you just shut up and die? How many times are you gonna regenerate? Aha. Kid, come this way. There is one way for you to escape this pain, if you cooperate, I'll grant you the blessing of death. What do you think? What must I do? Skill, counter shield activated. A transformed counter shield. Counter scarecrow. This. Until I tell you to stop, hit it. Why aren't you hitting it yet? Do you want to live? The series of events that happened today, from the beginning to the end, all of it, I can't understand them. There were no signs, for this crazy human to suddenly appear and annihilate the strongest force in history, the vampires. No matter how I think of it, something strange. Perhaps. A trial of the gods. Yeah, in the first place, a human having a blood domination ability was strange. Because we vampires became lax, they wanted to tighten discipline, this must be the savior of the vampires who wanted to train us to be more on guard. Or. Skill, counter shield, can now counter the accumulated damage. Okay, enough. Then. It's now time to die. Savior. As if. If you live no matter how many times I kill you. Skill, counter shield, has released all absorbed damage at once. I can just vaporize you so not a piece of meat remains. I can finally die. Congratulations. You have completed the 13th floor of the Tower of Trials. Your pass reward, Random Skill Book, A+, has been transmitted to your inventory. You have obtained the pass reward of 90,000 points. You have obtained the pass reward of 4,000 SP as an additional reward. 5,000 SP has been obtained. Please move to the waiting room. I succeeded in killing him. Then, I can now absorb the blood that Selnir has spilled, with blood consumption. If you designate and kill a target with Heavenly Blood Demonic Sword, you can absorb the target's blood with the blade and increase the abilities of the overall item as well as engrave a random skill. True Heavenly Blood Demonic Sword's exclusive skill, Blood Consumption, activated. By absorbing the blood of Vampire Count Selnir, your item's rank has grown to a 300/1 400. By absorbing the blood of Vampire Count Selnir, engraved skill, Strengthened Blood, C+, has been engraved in Blood Consumption's exclusive slot. Blood Consumption exclusive slot, 1/3, engraved skill, Strengthened Blood, C+, engraved skill description. With the skill you absorbed from Vampire Count Selnir, you can strengthen the blood within the blood domination domain. Engraved skill effect: if you use mana and strengthen the blood within the blood domination domain, durability and control are strengthened. True Heavenly Blood Demonic Sword's engraved skill, Strengthened Blood, C+, activated. Oh. Vampire Count, a blood domination skill that's greater than his. This is as if I've become the Vampire King. Not bad. Although the downside is that I might receive some misunderstandings. You have absorbed the vampire count, cell nears, spirit and permanently increased your abilities. Strength has increased by 5. Agility has increased by 4. Stamina has increased by 6. Magic power has increased by 7. Durability has increased by 5. You have captured the divinity within vampire count, cell nears, spirit. Conditions of authority, divine power, have been met and the ability is activating. Attempting divinity extraction. Divinity extraction. I saw this message once when absorbing the replica's spirit. Divinity extraction succeeded. Authority, divine power, very happy face, has risen in rank. When you accumulate myths through authority, divine power, very happy face, the class will rapidly increase. I didn't know back then, but the condition of divinity extraction was whether or not the spirit possessed divine power. Judging from the fact that you can't extract divinity from normal vampires, perhaps it only applies to those with divine power on the same level as mine. There are too many things that are ambiguous. Ugh, every time something related to divine power pops up, it's a damn headache. Absorbing one of the skills of vampire count, cell near, you have absorbed skill, charisma, charisma. Since you're absorbing a spirit stronger than the user, the authority extraction's adjudication will begin. An enemy you can't handle, a strong enemy, just what's with these judgment standards? Are these judgments biased? But it's not as if I don't have any idea. Spirits that are related to gods, or disciples, are judged as high class. Adjudication success. It has been confirmed that vampire count, cell nears, spirit possesses authority. Extracting spirit's authority. Authority, harvest of faith, C+, is engraved into user Han Sungjin's soul. Harvest of faith. Han Sung-yun. The clerics were using a protection authority to protect the people. More people are alive than we expected. Don't worry, for the vampire count has been eradicated. Oh. To think he defeated the vampire count alone. So you were the hero. To think the hero would come himself. The gods have not forsaken us. Representative of the great God, thank you for extending your saving hand to us. Authority, harvest of faith, has sensed a strong faith towards the user. The people. Or are sending faith to me. So even faith that's sent through delusion is considered faith. I need to use this opportunity I've been given well. Skill, charisma, C, activated. Your presence has gotten greater, and the others are receiving a greater influence. But I didn't lie. You have received the achievement, I didn't lie, your magic power has increased by 1. Authority, harvest of faith, has activated greatly. Harvesting the nearby faith towards you. Authority, divine power, has activated greatly. Calculating the myth based on the actual results compared to the believer's faith. Myth. Myth eradicator of vampires complete. Authority, harvest of faith, has activated greatly. Harvesting the nearby faith towards you. Authority, divine power, has activated greatly. Calculating the myth based on the actual results compared to the believer's faith. Myth. Myth eradicator of vampires complete. Myth eradicator of vampires activated. The effect, recovery impossible, will now adhere to divine attacks. The effect, exorcism, will now adhere to divine attacks. Because I ended the vampire count cycle of infinite recovery, I earned the effect, recovery impossible, and because I massacred the vampires of the city, I gained the effect, exorcism. Interesting. Now I finally know what myth accumulation is actually like. The harvest of faith I earned in tandem with the authority divine power, in the form of myths, new authorities are created within authorities. Seeing how the divine power, which I didn't use until now, is steadily being output, it seems that when I activate myths, the divine power which has taken place in my heart is consumed. There are not enough fables and faith for the base. The accumulated faith will be reserved for the next myth. I think it's finished harvesting the people's faith for now. Authority, harvest of faith, deactivated. So this floor has ended safely too. I thought you were an immature fool, but I overlooked your abilities. Will you accept my apology? Of course. The god of battle has realized that his prospective disciple has died. Ha! The god of battle has sensed your existence. The god of battle has sensed your divine power and is bearing animosity. Ha! What's wrong? The god of battle. Heek. You have entered the divine domain. What is this situation? The trials are definitely over. Ugh. My portal. British wizard. Let's shake hands once more. He's quite unsophisticated, but his solutions definitely work. Whether he's a soldier or not, I don't know, but in this heartless world, if a hero still exists. Wouldn't he look like that? I hope you return safely as well. Earth's hero. I can't maintain this for long. Please cross the bridge quickly. I had been hoping, but they aren't releasing any more faith. Wasted time. I need to enter the portal too. The god of battle is feeling disgust at the fact that a mere mortal possesses divinity. Well, my head. I feel like my head's about to explode. The god of battle is saying that a dog that the tower raised has crossed the line. Crossed the line. You're the one who crossed the line just now. As long as I have the tower's protection, if you interfere with me any further, you'll be in trouble, won't you? If you have nothing else to say, I'm leaving. The god of battle sends you a ferocious smile. I need to get even better. The god of battle is saying that he can't wait for the soon coming mortal's end. So that even the gods won't be able to treat me recklessly. You have entered the 14th floor's waiting room. System expanding. Items specific to floor invading added to contractor's exclusive store. Halo strengthening item added to contractor's exclusive store. Several wonder drug items added to contractor's exclusive store. It's a space the tower created anyway. It's useless to get emotionally charged from something that I don't know is even real. The god of battle, right? To think I have a bad relationship with a god of all people. Do not trust the other gods, they will now consider you their enemy. So this was what would happen in the end, huh? Let's stop thinking about stuff that I have no control over. And just do what I can. Contractors Exclusive Store SP, 11,500 Category, Shill Category, Authority Category, Goods Contractors, Iron-Blooded Monarch and White Crane Swordmaster. You have purchased, Authority, Path of the Blade Master, S, deducting 10,000 SP. Authority, Path of the Blade Master, S. Price, 10,000 SP. Description, among those who fall under the contradiction of getting stronger to survive and living to get stronger, this is an authority that those who use swords occasionally get. You can develop an independent shill in regard to swords, and it becomes easier to manifest independent enlightenment. You have entered forest. It's been a while, Sung-Yoon. I heard from that woman that you have the Namgung clan's child as your enemy. Yes, somehow, that's what happened. It must be because of Namgung Hyuk that you used your special points to buy my authority. Correct. Then you definitely made a good decision. Because, if we use a commonly used expression, you're a genius, Sung-Yoon. Since without even knowing the proper enlightenment passages, you instinctually learned the forms of swordsmanship, and already exceeded the domain of imitation. Further, on the 12th floor's trial, you already identified the sword intent and even improved your swordsmanship itself to dual-blade swordsmanship. I'm just a little good at copying. You already have Grandmaster material from the fact that you could improve by partially learning the Namgung clan's basic moves. Grandmaster. I'm saying it wouldn't be strange if you were the first of the sects to establish a sword sect. To that degree. You made a good decision with the authority you chose this time. Since now everything you learn and realize will be skills that will be certified by the tower. I'll teach you everything. But, I have a condition. You need to have a master-student relationship with me. Alright. I'll become your student, master. Sung Yoon, I'm not trying to coerce you into anything. You can think about it. No, I will become your student. If that's what you want, I won't refuse. White Crane Swordmaster is a challenger who has climbed higher than the 40th floor. There's no reason to refuse the teachings of someone that strong. But don't regret it later on. Are you planning on treating me so roughly I'll regret it later? Like with a whip? No. A master is usually something you only have once in your life when it comes to Murim, so I'm telling you not to regret it. If you're worried about that, then I definitely won't regret it. Who in Murim would I even follow as a master? Then according to procedure, I will officially introduce myself before you do your bows. I am the 17th Lord of the Beck Swordsmanship clan, the previous generation's strongest Murim fighter. That is the description of the martial artist who will become your master, Beck Sealwa. Strongest Murim fighter. To briefly summarize the theory, it's like this. Martial arts is broadly divided into mental arts and bodily arts. Mental arts are techniques that refine the outward magic power to the inner parts of your body, and after that refinement process, the stored magic power is called internal energy. Bodily arts are techniques that utilize your body, and there are weightless body techniques and sword arts that correspond to how you move. All of this is what martial arts is. There are even martial arts that you can do by just using special mental arts energy. But, while listening to these explanations, a question formed. Is heavenly blood cultivation art also a mental art? I have something I'm curious about. Is there no problem even if I have a different mental art I already learned? What did you just say? You have a mental art you know. Explain in more detail. Quickly. So, after listening to your explanation, I think I know something that's similar to a mental art. Similar. Perhaps, did you learn aura training from that woman, Iron-Blooded Monarch? Aura training? Is that another world's concept of mental arts? No. Not that, she's not someone who would break a promise like this. I can't trust her. Let me properly check. Huh. When? No, before that. Excuse me, master. Excuse me, master. Shush. Be quiet for a moment. Huh. But there are no traces of you having learned any mental arts when I get rid of the pure magic power. That heavenly blood cultivation art is actually an authority that was sponsored by an admin called Fallen Heir of the something or other from the 12th floor. There are 3 people ahead of you. And I've used it often since my combat senses are enhanced when heavenly blood cultivation art is activated. That's an authority, not a mental art. Of course, it seems that the mental art that you learned in your lifetime has mixed with the authority, but you can't consider that a mental art. Gosh, I see. But, master. Can we get out of this awkward position for now? I apologize, I was so surprised that I checked it crudely. It's fine. But I don't like it. That a mongrel of the blood cult would sponsor such a lowly mental art as an authority. I think I need to adjust my assessment of White Crane Swordmaster. Now that I think of it, it might be better that you didn't learn a mental art. You can accumulate magic power even without learning a mental art, and if you learn multiple mental arts through authorities, you can use them interchangeably. Is that okay? Ah, it's fine because my martial arts don't rely too heavily on mental arts. However, what happened just now is because mental arts are important when it comes to the master-student relationship. Ahem. First, I'll teach you swordsmanship, so try to copy me. Okay. Fighting concentration activated. User's concentration has risen by 10x. I've only seen her being gentle, so I didn't know, but she really is a martial artist. She was super combative earlier too. I will now show you the first basic move of my sword arts, White Sword 7 techniques, White Sword Flashing C. You might not have seen it properly, I apologize. This is the minimum speed for White Sword Flashing C. It's okay. I think I'll be able to copy it. It feels like you can't avoid the space itself, so you pull it towards you and then cut it. Something like this. I tried my best to copy it. Did I get it right? This makes no sense. There have been geniuses in every generation. These people have an innate ability to absorb information and can achieve much bigger accomplishments than other people. Geniuses show the peak of ability by understanding, judging, and absorbing others. However, a genius can only demonstrate their true ability after some practice. But, is this correct? What in the, to see White Sword Flashing C just once and copy it? White Sword 7 Techniques is a martial art that uses harder principles than the Blue Heaven Sword forms, which Namgung Hyuk uses. Blue Heaven Sword forms. The two basic moves you copied from the Namgung clan, Blue Heaven Shining Sword and Blue Heaven Rain Sword, are a part of the Blue Heaven Sword forms. Ah, is it a bundle of skills that Namgung Hyuk used to use? Not to mention, it surpasses the basic principles like fast and slow that the Blue Heaven Sword form uses, and is a bodily art that uses difficult principles that consider space itself. But you immediately copied White Sword Flashing C like it was nothing. And after only seeing it once, at a standard quite similar to the original. Principles of fast and slow don't mean much. You are a genius of intuition. I've never even heard of grasping skills based on seeing the essence itself, rather than through experience or judgment. Even if you say that, I don't really understand what you mean. One day. It means that you can learn the majority of martial arts in one day. Normally, martial arts are understood and recreated by having a book as the basis for each one. You don't need the book's analysis. You just need to watch and copy them. However, I will let you know how to use magic power. Bodily arts, fist techniques, weightless body techniques. And even grappling techniques, I learned all I could. And the most useful thing out of all of that was the sword arts, White Sword 7 techniques. White Sword Flashing C, where you hold space itself and cut, making it basically impossible to dodge. White Sword Piercing Sky, a strong stabbing technique that is specialized to penetrate shields. White Sword Folded Emptiness, a defense skill that distorts the space near the air. I've learned a lot thanks to you, Master. Master, ahem, what a relief that you think so. Then, I'll take my leave. Ah, already? You can stay a bit longer. I'll come back again later. Stay safe until then, Master. Ahem. Oh okay, you have strength too, Sungyun. If you devote yourself as much as you're talented, you'll quickly improve. You have entered the 14th floor waiting room. I've learned a lot. Although it's a shame that I couldn't learn all 7 skills of the White Sword 7 techniques at my current level. Demon Slayer, B+. The Demon Slayer skill. Although it's a swordsmanship technique that I've used well and developed with thus far, it's now too lacking for Namgung-hyuk's Blue Heaven sword forms or Master's White Sword 7 techniques. I'll make a skill using the Authority, Path of the Blade Master. Authority, Path of the Blade Master, S. Description. Among those who fall under the contradiction of getting stronger to survive and living to get stronger, this is an authority that those who use swords occasionally get. You can develop an independent shield in regard to swords, and it becomes easier to manifest independent enlightenment. Authority, Iron-Blooded Sword, activated. Shield, Fighting Concentration, activated. Using Blue Heaven sword forms and White Sword 7 techniques as dual-blade swordsmanship has made it more complete than before. But it's still too lacking to be developed as a skill. To develop a skill, it needs to be a system that will be acknowledged as a skill. Using White Sword 7 techniques as the base and making it so that I can weave in the Blue Heaven sword forms whenever I want. At the same time, I can't give up the concept that the attacks within dual-blade swordsmanship are the best defense. Countless cuts enter the air, and countless thoughts pass and repeat in your head. And Authority, Path of the Blade Master, has strongly activated. Shield, First Mixed Sword, A-, activated. Skill, First Mixed Sword, A, Proficiency, 0% Description, a sword art developed by combining the White Sword 7 techniques and the Blue Heaven sword forms. Basic effect: when you use a sword, additional revisions will be stashed onto the basic moves of White Sword 7 techniques and Blue Heaven sword forms, and the quality of the basic moves will increase. Detailed effect: when using dual-blade swordsmanship. A part of the White Sword 7 technique's basic moves' attached speed and power will increase by 28. Oh. A skill really manifested. But, while I like that there are several revisions, it's a bit lackluster. Inventory. The 13th floor trials reward random skill book, A+, a skill book that allows you to obtain 1 B+ ranked skill randomly upon use. It is an item that only the challenger can use, and you cannot transfer it to someone else. Let's try using it. There's nothing to lose. You have used random skill book, A+, and acquired a random B+ ranked skill. Authority, Hero's Blessing, strongly activating. Your luck will temporarily increase strongly. Skill, Blood Spirit Demon Sword, B+, activated. Skill, Blood Spirit Demon Sword, B+, Proficiency, 0% Description, a secret sword art that only the heir of the Blood Demon cult can learn. Basic effect: when you use a sword, the demon attribute will be granted to the blade and it will have a harmful effect on all living creatures. Detailed effect: when using the basic moves of the skill, the exclusive effect, 2 consecutive hits, will activate and the basic moves will be 2x more effective. A bit more. Unique Authority, Shield Synthesis, activated. Skill, First Mixed Sword, has started to synthesize as the center. Authority, Hero's Blessing, activated strongly. Your luck will temporarily increase strongly. Shield Synthesis complete. You have manifested a new skill. Shield, First Mixed Demon Sword, S, manifested. Beginning 14th floor trial. Difficulty: hard. The current trial's topic is underwater warfare. Time remaining 7 days. Trial pass conditions: hunt all of the monsters inside of the Leahy within the given time. Trial fail conditions: death of the challenger or remaining time ending. Trial pass rewards: Boots of the Wind Spirit, A+, trial fail penalty, death. You have met a strong enemy that is hard for you to handle as the user. Shield, Indomitable Will, activated. How much longer are you planning on making this young lord wait? You didn't come looking for me even after I killed all these monsters, so I thought I came here by mistake. Namgung-hyuk. Shield, Instant Acceleration, activated. Shield, Fighting Concentration, activated. Shield, Wind's Grace, activated. All speed increased by 70%. Current shall stack progress July 7. The exclusive effect of fast boots, C+, is increasing your instantaneous speed. Sword Flame. How are you using Sword Flame? Why are you surprised already? I'm just getting started. What do you think? How's my newly made S-rank swordsmanship skill? Skill First Mixed Demon Sword, S, Proficiency, 0% Description, a demon sword art developed by combining several absolute divine arts. Basic effect, when you use a sword, the extreme demon attribute will be added onto the blade, and any living targets will receive continuous damage until they die. Detailed effect, output of all swordsmanship will increase by 3x and the exclusive effect, dual consecutive hits, will randomly activate. Dual consecutive hits can fire off 2 more attacks at the same time as the sword's original attack, and at the exact same power as the sword attacks performed. This is already op, but on top of that, that scar on your cheek will bother you until you die. Humph. This much bleeding. What you're using right now, the swordsmanship, the Qigong technique, it's definitely Murim. Why did you hide your martial arts before? I didn't hide them. Back then I was actually scared I might die. So I learned. All day, yesterday. You're still as rude as ever. Seeing as how you're saying such crazy nonsense like learning martial arts in one day. Believe me or not, but someone told me that I'm a genius. Ah, and I can do something like this too. This swordsmanship. You bastard. How dare you steal the Namgung clan's swordsmanship without knowing your place? Then you should have made it harder to copy. Is it my fault that I could copy it after seeing it once? It's your fault for making the swordsmanship sloppy. Ugh, incredible. His swordsmanship, Qigong technique, and even his irregular movements, but you probably wouldn't even dream about it. About the fact that you're giving me a high-class lesson right now. I'll remember it well and use it all later. Forceful Battle. Due to unique trait, Forceful Battle, a fighting domain has been established with a 30-meter radius. All people besides Han Sung-yoon and Nam Gong-hyuk are prohibited from entering the fighting domain. I got you, you motherfucker. Do you know what people on Earth call situations like this? A disaster you called upon yourself, hee hee. Using witchcraft even after learning martial arts. Ryuk. Korok. Of. Few. Even Murim's genius is in such a state. Cook. What the? Did he suddenly go crazy? Interesting. I don't know how you did it, but you learned martial arts and got strong in such a short period of time. It's so much fun. Even if you use the tower's witchcraft, it's incredible. I'll acknowledge that. Did you think I'd just let you? Floor invading penalty relief stone, A. When this item is consumed, you can invalidate the lowered stats and skill limitations from the floor invading penalty.